Hello,
Yes, Rafi.
sir. Is this audible, sir? Is it audible, sir?
Yeah, it's audible and visible too.
Okay, sir. Shall I start, sir?
You'll start, but your first slide is showing empty, only white.
Yeah. Just it's my setting, sir.
Okay, then go ahead.
Okay. Sir, access is not.
You are a co-host.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. So, good evening, one and all. Thank you, ACA and team, for giving me this opportunity to share a few valuable suggestions with respect to ABM. What is the curriculum of ABM? How students has to prepare for ABM and all. So, ACA is nothing but Agri Challenge Academy, a right choice for bright students. Here, today's session is about agri business. So, agri business in the sense nowadays agriculture is no more agriculture, so it is more beyond something which one has to focus is business point of view. So agri followed by business, so that is nothing but agri business. So it states about how the farmer, like how agriculture is related to business, with respect to farmer point of view as well as a customer point of view, or in between all the activities that involved in the common supply chain. So that is very important and essential thing for the present existing situations to focus on agri-business management. So here we are going to deal about agri-business management in today's session. Okay, so myself Rafi, a PhD scholar from Department of Agriculture and Rural Management from Tamil Nadu Agri University. So here we'll move on to today's session. What are the contents to be covered in this session? So we will be focusing on JRF exam pattern. So ICR has framed certain syllabus and certain rules and regulations for the ongoing JRF for each and every discipline. So likely for ABM also, we have some of the basic things that should be focused. Second thing, what are the broad areas in agribusiness management? So after getting seat in agribusiness management, what are all the things? What are the highlighted areas that to be focused in agribusiness management in order to be differentiated with respect to general agriculture students or general MSc students? So, in today's session, we are going to see what is meant by agribusiness management, who has given the definition of agribusiness management, and certain scope of agribusiness management. And next, coming to structure of agribusiness. So, how the structure of agribusiness varies. So, we know agriculture. So, India is an agrarian economy. So, in that, with respect to existing situations and with respect to agribusiness point of view, how the structure has been modulated, how the structure has been changed. So, that things we are going to see in this session. And with respect to management, so management in the sense how agri business and management. So agri is nothing but agriculture, so business is nothing but agri followed by business, that is nothing but agri business. In between all the things, how they are going to manage, how they are going to operate, how they are managing all the existing resources in such a way to give better and efficient use of resources to the end products or end customer. And finally, we are going to see different types of agro-based industries with respect to existing situations. So let's move on to basic thing. So why we have to go for the ABM? Like, so what are all the things to be focused before appearing a JRF exam in ABM discipline? So the first very important thing is we have to know
Rafi,
about.
excuse me.
So,
Rafi,
sir,
excuse me.
sir.
Sorry for interruption. There is few people. There is one or two people, students. They are already cleared JRF. So please give for some also inputs. They are going to join. They are clear ICR JRF and they are going to join in ABM MBA program. So for them also
Okay,
you
sir.
consider, and for them also you give some inputs during at the end. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
Sir, can I enable this waiting room, sir? Waiting room.
I will do it. I will do
Hello.
it. I will do it. I will do it, sir.
Okay, okay, sir. Okay. So now we will move on to the we will continue again the session. So we have to focus on social, political, and economic structure in rural India. So with respect to independence or post-independence, pre-independence, and after that post-independence. So what are the structure? How the agriculture sector has been came into existence. So, what are all the things that to be considered with respect to India on ongoing situations? So, all these things with respect to social, political, and economic structure. So, after 1991 reforms, the many things has changed, and during these pandemic situations also, many inputs or many activities have been changed with respect to agriculture sector. So, this is also a major contribution or major part to be focused with respect to agribusiness point of view, and where some of the questions are to be asked in this area. So, and next thing is importance of agriculture in national economy. So, this is also one of the important area where we can get questions with respect to importance, like how the agriculture importance of agriculture with respect to pre-independence, independence, and post-independence. So, during period of 1960s, we have high yielding varieties. So like that, many things have been emerged in national economy. So how it is changed? So earlier we all know that we have three sectors. That is primary sector, secondary sector, and tertiary sector. So earlier during the periods of 1945 or 1960s, in between the period. The contribution of primary sector to Indian economy is around 57%. So it states that agriculture sector is contributing more to the national income during that period. So when it comes to present existing period, so during the period of 2016 to 2020, it has reduced below 20. So it's an approximately it is around 16.8 or 17.8%. So where agriculture contribution is becoming very less. So there are many regions. So what are all those regions with respect to downfall in the contribution of primary sector? So all these things to be covered with respect to this point. So when it comes to secondary sector, that is nothing but manufacturing sector. How manufacturing sector is contributing with respect to agriculture, that is nothing but our secondary sector. And tertiary sector, that is nothing but services. So what are all the services sector that comes under contribution of national income to money is third sector. So what are all the things that comes with respect to agriculture is primary sector. So agri and allied, not only agriculture, agri and allied, it may be of fisheries, it may be of veterinary, it may be of poultry, so etc. So like pisciculture, many things that comes under agri and allied is a contribution of primary sector. So what are all the primary sectors that makes the that influences the national economy with respect to present existing situations as well as old situations? So that things also we have to focus. And some of the important things we have to focus is this managerial economics. So basic in our agriculture in our agriculture course, we have deal the subject as principles of economics. That is nothing but basic, that microeconomics. So in that we have to focus about what is meant by demand, what are different theories behind economics, and what is the characterization between or differentiation between economics that of managerial economics, and different what is meant by demand, what is meant by supply, what is meant by consumer surplus. So what are different types of markets? That is nothing but perfect competition and imperfect competition. That also you have to focus. These all comes under some part of microeconomics. And with respect to this, we have to focus on some areas of the microeconomics. That is nothing but our national income or GDP level or GDP contribution or project life cycle. So these things and inflation, all these comes under this managerial economics. So out of that point, let me explain that point later. So we'll move on to next important thing that to be focused for before appearing the JRF exam. So farm equipment and machinery in India. So this is also one of the thing which has to be highlighted, where you can get 4 to 5 questions in this area or in this discipline. And next is basics of human food and nutrition. So food production and food, this is nothing but food production and nutrition. So in this area also you'll get some questions, so which is not that much important, but you will get an approximate of 3 to 4 questions from this area. And quantitative ability, so this is we all know that about this aptitude, like mathematical part, which nowadays they are asking with respect to IBPS also. And next, communicative ability. This is nothing but basic English. So they will give some passages. According to that passages, we have to read those passages clearly, and we have to answer, and data interpretation and reasoning. So all these things with respect to JRF exam pattern, all these areas like quantitative ability, communicative ability, that is nothing but English. So when it comes to data interpretation and reasoning, so all these aspects are given. We have a common platform known as ACA. So in this ACA, we are giving all these subjects also for your preparation point of view. It will be useful for IBPS as well as for your JRF point with respect to ABM also. So let me clear one more point. The entrance exam will be common for agribusiness management and agri marketing and cooperation. So in this we have list of 16 to 17 colleges where both agri marketing as well as agri business management we will be getting more seats compared to north south India. We have better chances and better placement with respect to agri business management. So according to my priority, the first thing that to be taken or that to be considered with respect to agribusiness management is, first one is Dharwad, followed by GKVK Bangalore, followed by TNAU, followed by Angro, and another thing is Kerala as well as this one. PJTSU Hyderabad. So these are very fine colleges. They are giving very nice platform for the agribusiness management with agribusiness management with respect to business perspective in agriculture sector. So let me focus on the contribution of the marks. So the range of marks where maximum percent questions to be arranged. So we all know that JRF pattern has been changed. It is for 125 marks out of 120 marks. In that 120 marks, 20 marks is fixed for general agriculture. So for this general agriculture, you can refer books like Nimra Sunda, as well as some basic concept that is given in our groups like ACA Agri Challenge Academy. So you can get general agriculture questions from our groups as well as for this Nimra Sunda and Arun Katyan books also. And when it comes to basic like technical part, out of 100, 25 to 30% of the questions are mainly arranged, mainly asking from economics. That is nothing but managerial economics. As I told earlier, so what is the theories of economics? So what is meant by micro? What is meant by macroeconomics? What is meant by demand? What is meant by supply? So what are different types of markets? That is nothing but perfect competition and imperfect competition. And production economics, that is nothing but factor relationship, product relationship, factor product relationship, and the national income contribution, project life cycle, and inflation. All these together put under managerial economics. From this, definitely you are going to get 25 to 30% of the questions in your JRF ABM exam. So next, moving to next highest contribution, that is nothing but data interpretation. So in the data interpretation, when it comes to recent ICAR exam, 15 to 20% of the questions are from data interpretation and reasoning. So they will be giving some passages with respect to mathematical terms, where you have to analyze the data and you have to give answers according to the questions. Like for each set, they will be asking 5 separate questions. So each question carries 5 marks. So like that, a common question with 5 questions it's a very good thing. You have to focus on these things in order to get good marks in ABM. Agribusiness management. So next important thing is communicative ability. So for this communicative ability, like English also, you can expect the questions of 10 to 18%, like 10 to 15% range of questions you can expect from this communicative part. And the next important thing is this quantitative ability. So in this quantitative ability also, you have a contribution of 10 to 15%. So as a whole, when you focus on managerial economics and importance of agriculture in national economy, followed by data interpretation and reasoning, and followed by communicative part, that is nothing but English grammatical part, as well as quantitative part, you will be getting around 60 to 70% of the questions. And remaining rest of the questions, you will be asking like veterinary. From veterinary, they can ask. From farm equipment, they can ask. From human food nutrition, they may ask. So this is the major contribution according to my observation from the past 4 to 5 years, according to the JRF pattern. So I think it's very clear. You have to focus on a general agriculture, that basic 20 questions, that is nothing but general agriculture. When it comes to technical part of 100 marks, you have to focus more on economics, followed by the things which I have quoted in the earlier part. the previous thing. So this next moving on to slide second slide. So in this we can see the common entrance or common syllabus for agribusiness management as well as agriculture marketing and cooperation. So in this we have a list of 9 things, but out of all the 9 things, the last 9 thing is very very important, as I told, that managerial economics. So from this managerial economics, definitely you are going to get 25 to 30% of the questions. So it's very very important, you have to focus on managerial economics, so which is the basic part of economics that we studied in our in our undergraduation course. That is nothing but UG course, that is basic principles of economics. And so this is a syllabus. If anyone need this one, I can share this PPT so that you can get this syllabus with for it will be easy for your preparation. So as I told, that is nothing but socio-political and economic structure of India and forestry and everything. When it comes to second part, farm equipments and farm machinery in India, and when it comes to veterinary, so veterinary also you can get a basic questions of 4 to 5 questions, and human food and nutrition also you'll get some questions. And the important part is this fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth. So this is the major contribution for your ABM point of view to get to score good marks. So be very keen while your preparation. So next, moving on to another slide. So now the important thing is here. So you prepared for your JRF exam, and you cleared that JRF exam, and you just entered into your ABM course. So the biggest question is whether I have to choose which college. So that's up to the preference of the students. And after that, after entering the course of ABM, so many dilemma. The big dilemma is, so what are all the courses that we have to read in agribusiness management? So how it is going to differ with general agriculture students or general economics? So in this we are going to focus on the things like managerial economics. So here also, wherever you go in agribusiness management, so this managerial economics won't leave you at any cost. So the basic principles of managerial economics is only 2 things. That is nothing but effective use of resources, followed by cost minimization and profit maximization. So these are the 2 basic principles that you have to remember with respect to managerial course. So the very very important course, after getting placed in agribusiness management course in any college, you have to read this managerial economics thoroughly. So, and second important course is accounting management in agribusiness. So in this accounting management, we are going to see what are all the principles that involved in accounting in various businesses, and what are the balance sheets, how these balance sheets they are preparing, how the net capital work they are calculating by means of various formulas like debt equity ratios will be there, current assets and current ratios, and liquidity ratios. So based on these ratios, how they are going to calculate. So these things is given by accounting. There will be some basic principles with respect to in any general basic accounting. So that accounting principles how we are using with respect to agriculture. So that is going to be studied in second part, second important thing. And third important thing is financial management. As I told that in earlier case in managerial economics, the basic thing is cost minimization and profit maximization. But when it comes to financial management, the basic thing is wealth maximization and cost minimization. These two are very very important differences with respect to managerial economics and financial management. So once you get close to the study, you will be knowing all these things. And financial management is also one of the important courses to be studied in your ABM course. And HRM, human resource management, how the resources are managed in the companies like agro-based companies. We have Syngenta, Bayer, many L&T companies. So like that, many MNC companies, how they are taking the resources, how the product has been changed from the product, how these resources with respect to that particular area is going to be affected. So all these things will be studied under human resource management. And when it comes to operations like product management, so now in present existing situations, the market is very very open and very keen for 2 things. That is research and development, and another thing is product management. So earlier it was about sales and marketing, but when it comes to present situations, it is about product management. How the product has been delivered, how new product has to be altered with respect to our competition. So these things, when you read in depth, you will be knowing all these things in your curriculum. So everything, so all these subjects is reflected in your curriculum. So just I want to highlight the ideas, the basic information before you entering into the ABM codes. So another thing is operations research and basic statistics in agriculture. So operations research in the sense like per CPM. So in how the cost has to be minimized. So according to this operations research, we are going to focus on minimizing the cost and minimizing the time period and efficient and effective delivery. So these things operational wise in each and every part of delivering to the customer. So the statistic principles we are using, so based on this operations research will be useful. And basic statistics, we all know that what is meant by arithmetic mean, geometric mean, that is nothing but measures of central tendency, measures of dispersion, and different types of test. While studying your research, while for doing your research work, you have to be very keen about the different types of tests to be used. That is nothing but t test or paid t test or f test, so small sample test, large sample test, ANOVA, like that, many things like regression, correlation. So all these things will be dealt under these codes. That is nothing but operations research and basics of statistics. So you will be knowing what is in the quantitative variables, what is in the qualitative variables, so different types of factors. So all these things will be studied under these things. Then research methodology. So research methodology is also very very important for both MSc as well as ABM point of view, for framing the hypothesis before starting up of your thesis. So in this, the problem statement, how the problem statement, what are different types of data we have to collect, and what are the sample that we have to take. So all these things will be covered under research methodology. So, and marketing management. Marketing management is an evergreen subject, where the basic four principles of management is nothing but finance, accounting, HR, and marketing. So all these aspects of management combined together with agriculture in business point of view with respect to present situations, ongoing situations, how we are going to use, and what are the different strategies with respect to live case studies and everything. But simulation studies we are going to see in this agri business management. So I have quoted only 7 to 8 important things. So apart from that, there are some other things like project management and agri business policies. So many courses are there, but just here I want to give overview about ABM course and how the curriculum, what type of curriculum you will be you have to be studying in your course. So next, moving on to, so up to now we have seen the basic things. Now we will be moving to definitions of agribusiness. So according to us, agribusiness is nothing but it is a sum total of all the operations involved in agriculture sector, that is nothing but manufacturing and distribution of farm supplies and production activities to the farm, storage, processing, transportation, and everything. So it is nothing but agribusiness. From the stage of raw material processing to the final product, and from that the manufacturing, and from that processing, and from that storing, from that transportation. So all these activities together at one platform, that is nothing but agribusiness. So the definition is very very clear. The basic definition of agribusiness was first given by John David and Goldberg. So the father of agribusiness management will be is nothing but John David and Goldberg. So this type of basic bits also you can expect in a JRF exam. And after that, when you will be representing your net exam, so this type of questions they will be very useful for your exam. So it is nothing but sum total of all the operations involved in manufacturing as well as distribution of farm supplies, production activities on the farm. So with respect to farm, what are all the activities that we are going to take? That is nothing but storage, processing, distribution, transportation, and manufacturing. So a farm product and the items made. So from the raw materials to the final product and reaching that to the customer, all the activities involved in between is nothing but in between is nothing but agribusiness. So we'll move on to some other things. So we can see that why agribusiness. So agribusiness, it's a main thing. It focuses on rural management as well as microfinance. It focusing on agriculture. It is also a part of horticulture. Agribusiness means agri. It's not only focusing on agriculture, but agri and allied. And some of the exports and imports are being done, and some of the manufacturing and food processing are also made, and value adds is the very very important thing that fetches new value, that adds additional value by means of this agribusiness and commodity trading. So all these things, so by this thing we can state that agribusiness is a holistic way And the first book, the concept was given in Harvard University by John David and Goldberg by writing a book known as Concept of Agribusiness. So agribusiness, a concept was born in Harvard University in the year 1957. So this type of bits also you will be getting in your JRF exam. And the second thing is in the year 1969, the first advanced agribusiness management seminar was held in Manila, Philippines. So these things you have to be use. These things will be this information will be useful for your exam point of view. So next, moving on to next point. So what are all the sectors in agribusiness? So that is nothing but input sector. So input sector in the sense all the raw materials like seed, fertilizer, electricity, pesticides, machinery, and all these things comes under input sector. So all the operations, like all the operations involved in making the in availability of input material is nothing but input sector. So second thing is production sector. So this is nothing but making the raw product into fine raw material into fine product, and between the processing and manufacturing, that is nothing but second the next coming sector. So production is nothing but how efficiently they are going to make the product. So how the production is made. So that is deal here in production sector and manufacturing and processing sector. So from the input material, they are giving some product. So for this product, what are all the what are all the activities required? So like alternation of raw material into fine product. So that is nothing but processing. So for that processing, what are all the things required? So that is dealt with agribusiness. So agribusiness is as a holistic way. It is nothing but like making up of some of input sector using of input material. For that, by means of this input material, a product has to be delivered. So for getting that product, the processing and manufacturing storage facilities all to be involved at one platform. That is nothing but agribusiness with respect to these three sectors. So as a whole, we can tell that agribusiness is some total of all the operations involved in business of production as well as marketing for reaching the products to the targeted objectives. Targeted objectives in the sense final end product or final end customer, where the product has to be reached. So from the making of raw material, from the fine raw material to end product, the process, all the processes involved, processing activities, manufacturing activities, transportation. So is a holistic way where agribusiness is defined. So next we will move on to dimensions of agribusiness. So what are all the dimensional areas of agribusiness? So it deals with the different components of both agri and industrial sector, their independence and their interdependence and influence of one sector on another. So this point is very very important. Why the agribusiness is very much needed. So agriculture is nothing but agriculture is up to the farm level. So like micro level, it is about the farmer, how the farmer making his products, like how he what he's sowing and what he's harvesting. So once for example, we'll take about paddy. So paddy, after duration of 120 days, a fine grain like paddy grains will be getting. So one can't take paddy grains directly. So for that there will be there is need of some machinery values or some industrial values where this paddy grains has to be grain in the form of rice. So ultimately, we need rice. For that value addition, we need some industries. So this is the point where agriculture is in close relationship with the industries, where the interdependence of agriculture products with respect to these industries makes the use of this common way to give the end product. So where one sector of agriculture and another sector of industries is interdependent. So this is the reason why agriculture sector, that is nothing but primary sector, is having close relationship with secondary sector and tertiary sector. So without manufacturing or without servicing, we can't deliver the products. So this is very very important, very important point, where the industries as well as agriculture products are to be in line, so that it can be mutually benefited for the end customer. So next point is it deals with decision making process of firm, either private or government, in relation to production and selling aspects. So decision making process in the sense selling up of activities to private or public, that is nothing but government or government entry or private entry for the products to get the income. So this circulation of income, to whom they have to sell the products, so that is the biggest question to be arised. So this question is answered by means of this agribusiness. So next, moving on to next point. So strengths and weakness of a project and thereby their viability in competing enterprises. So by means of this financial management, like financial aspects issues, we can say whether project is viable or not. In yesterday's class also we have seen 3 R's. So in that 3 R's, we have to see about the returns or repayment and risk. So this returns, how they are going to get, can be calculated by means of discounting rates as well as undiscounted techniques. So for that also some products will be required, some curriculum is required. So in this it is telling that it is clearly stating that strengths and weakness of a project is clearly known by means of this agribusiness. So up to what point we have to continue, what are the strategies that we have to change, so what are the duplications that made by our competition. So by means of this spot, this agribusiness is involved in making the competing, so in between the competition, so it is differentiating ourselves with respect to others. So it is market oriented as well as product oriented. So agribusiness, so when we got the product, the when raw material is converted into fine product, so this fine product has to be marketed. So by means of close relationship of agriculture with respect to industries, so this marketing can be done. So this is the common point in all the areas, like on all the input sector, in all the input companies, like where Syngenta or some other companies like Jewelry. So for every product they are marketing. So this is also another important point where the product has to be marketed. So next, moving on to next dimension, the structure of agribusiness is generally vertical and it comes the following. So vertical in the sense it has to move from the top to the bottom, from the top to bottom. So that is nothing but the government of, so we have government of India has certain rules and regulations. So according to that, the policies has to be framed. So Ministry of Agriculture is there. So from that portal, all the operations will be coming. So government policies and programs regarding rising of crops are taking enterprises, etc. Like we are getting MSP. So one individual can't do all these activities. So it's a vertical process where the hierarchical matters, the highermost hierarchy matters. The government of India, with respect to Ministry of Agriculture, framing certain government policies through which the agriculture information is giving. So another, it's again a part of agribusiness. So research and extension programs of the government. So what are all the research that to be carried and what are the extension programs that to be carried with respect to agribusiness is also one of the important thing. And farm supplies are input. So what quantum of input materials that we have to supply and what quantum of amount we have to export. So with respect to seeds and fertilizer, with respect to seeds as well as fertilizers or some other things between the countries has to be operated by means of this agribusiness. At global level, this agriculture is all about a business in exchanging exports as well as imports, which is very, very important thing to be understood. And agriculture production and followed by processing and marketing of agriculture products. So from the hierarchical view, from top to down, so we have to think about all these activities where the dimensions of agriculture is product oriented as well as market oriented. It is involved in decision making and also involved in giving the decisions, like what are the viability of the project, up to up to what time we have to continue, like this. So it's very now up to now we have seen what is meant by agribusiness. So what are the different sectors in agribusiness and what are the dimensions of agribusiness. So next, moving on to next theme, that is nothing but structure of agribusiness management. So we have farm input sector. Like in the previous thing, I have told that we have three things: input sector as well as production sector and manufacturing and processing sector. So let's see about what is in the farm input sector. So how this structure of agribusiness with respect to that sector is influencing each other. So it deals with agro-based industries providing seeds, fertilizers, feed, chemicals, etc. So it is nothing but business. Agro-based industries are involved in providing raw materials. So here, new product is not given. A new product is not obtained. But with respect to that raw material, a alternation of product is happened. The industry supply machinery or equipment, implements and petroleum are also important in this regard. So here the important thing is what are all the inputs that required for the agriculture sector will be considered under this farm input sector. Like farmers need timely supply of seed, timely supply of raw material. So timely operations with respect to customer. So final product. So all these inputs will be deal under this farm input sector. So next is farm product sector. So this products mainly deals with production and distribution of farm commodities. So farm commodities in the sense it may be of any product that related to agriculture. So the production activities and distribution activities of a product is dealt in agriculture is about farm product sector. So where large cooperative bodies and public and private involvement is also seen in these activities. So cooperatives will be scale where small scale agro-based companies as well as private companies will be taking part in this production and distribution. So based on tenders, this will be moving on. So again, the vertical integration of a farm is very common in poultry, fruit, and vegetable farms. So we have mainly two types of integration. That is nothing but horizontal integration and vertical integration. So what is meant by horizontal integration or what is meant by vertical integration? So vertical integration is nothing but expansion of our business with respect to different business. Like our for example we are a company, a and b companies, there are two companies. So the a company has to extend its companies by means of giving new products, by means of establishing new product with respect to new industry. So that is nothing but vertical integration. When it comes to horizontal integration, so this is all about doing same performance, extension of our business by means of doing similar operations within the same supply chain. Like A company and B company. A company is doing an operation with respect to production point. So like B company is also doing the same activities with respect to some other commodity. So here the both things is production. So at this point, this A company collaborates with B company in order to reduce the cost at that point. So where the company has to establish their business where common point, like common point is the production. They have to perform common business. In that business they have to extend. They have to extend. Sir, they have to extend. చెప్పండి సార్. కాదు సార్, ఇప్పుడు మనకు అగ్రి బిజినెస్ గురించి చెప్తున్నాం సార్. మనము అగ్రి బిజినెస్ మేనేజ్మెంట్. So next is agri business. So structure of agri business. So how it is related. So that all things we have to see. Next point is So next is horizontal integration, like example, like cooperative marketing societies, as I stated, that they have to perform same business functions. And vertical integration, it is nothing but the one firm assumes other functions having close relationship, where consumption functions is carried out forward. Like we have both backward integration as well as forward integration. So in that backward integration, if one firm assumes other functions related to consumption activities, that is nothing but forward. That is nothing but example of a wholesaler firm assuming the function of retailer. And next thing is backward integration, where production point as well as consumption point. Consumption point is with respect to end customer, and production function is with respect to farmer. So how the farmer is making his raw material into fine product. Like a firm, wholesaler firm assumes the functions such as processing, packaging, storing, etc. Next is conglomeration. If one firm assumes several functions which do not have any relationship, that is nothing but conglomeration integration. So X company will take business of some other business of Y company who's having no relation. That is nothing but conglomerate business. Next, we'll be moving on to management. So management is nothing but administration of the business concerns with respect to public undertaking and decision making. So it is also decision making process where the objectives of the firms has to be aligned in such a way, the objectives or the vision and mission of the organization has to be attained. And management is the whole activities by means of which the business units direct their direct actions towards achieving their set of goals. And it is all about unifying and coordinating the actions of a business individual and personal meanings to be a purposeful target in order to achieve their long-term objectives. So it is all about the basic thing is efficient use of management, men and material with respect to specific objectives. So as a whole, we can say that management is directing, coordinating, and integrating the activities with respect to affairs of the organization. So we have planning, organizing, directing, controlling, coordinating, staffing, communicating, and motivating. So these are the functional approaches with respect to management. So how they are going to plan, how they are going to organize, how they are going to direct their employees, and how they are controlling the situations, and how they are coordinating each and every objectives, and how they are communicating, and how they are motivating their employees at various levels is all about management. So here also we have main functions, like main functions and subsidiary functions. This communication, decision making, and innovation is a subsidiary functions followed by main functions at various levels. At planning also we need communication, decision making, and innovation, and organization. So at every stage of these seven basic main functions, the subsidiary functions will be aligned, so that the decision making is very important in order to deliver the project. So a pipeline diagram of management. So it is nothing but conversion of input materials into output. In between the process of management, that is nothing but how the resources has to be processed by means of proper planning, proper directing, proper controlling, proper organization with respect to good products and valued products, satisfied products, and proper informative products with respect to customer. So this is the pipeline diagram of management, where how the input has to be converted into outputs. In between, what are all activities that to be considered in order to give the best product to the end customer. So what are all the different types of agro-based industries in these is nothing but agro-produce processing units, where the existing raw material is converted into product by means of transportation or storage at cheaper cost, where new product is not manufactured here. Rice mills, dal mills, etc. So rice grains once, paddy grains once after harvesting, they will be moving to this units where rice has to be where rice processing has to be done. At the end, rice has to be obtained. Rice is the end product from this agro produce processing units. And second thing is agro produce manufacturing units. So this is nothing but manufacturing of new products, like sugar factories, bakery, like sugar cane is the raw material that to be sent to the industries. From that sugar cane we are getting jaggery, or we are getting sugar. This is the product this is the example with respect to agro produce manufacturing units. So agriculture product is nothing but agriculture product. So sugar cane is agriculture product. From that agriculture product, what are the end product they are getting? So like that is completely alternation of product. agro input manufacturing units. So it is nothing but mechanization, agriculture input, implements, seed, pump sets, fertilizers. All these comes under this agro input manufacturing units, like preparation of these fertilizers, pump sets by using different chemicals. All things involved under this manufacturing units. And final thing is agro service centers. So agro service centers is nothing but after at the before depreciation. The service has to be delivered to the farmer for his product. For example, a farmer has bought a tractor. So for that tractor, he has to get services at regular intervals, at a period of 6 months or at a period of 3 months. So for that, the service centers has to be vital role. And next thing is need for agro-based industries. So this is nothing but to provide employment opportunities to solve the problem upliftment of rural economy, so decentralization and disbursement of industries, also disparity between rural and urban, so all these things. So a balanced environment between agriculture and the industries has to be done in this sector. And to the again the same thing, like for transportation problems has to be delivered, reduced, and middlemen has to be reduced, improve infrastructure facilities. So more thing to be focused on backward areas and mitigation of rural people. So the basic thing is about today's session is to share about what is meant by agribusiness management, what are all the things to be focused on this agribusiness management with respect to business, as well as with respect to management, with respect to existing companies, or with respect to policies, what are the upliftment activities. All these things of agribusiness management with respect to JRF point of view has to be as covered in this syllabus, in this class. So don't be panicked by seeing all these content. So the once you know, so it's agribusiness management course is very very easy and very very tricky thing to understand and to explore the things and opportunities. So the presentation is done for this, but I want a student from the students saying what are the things to be like, what are the activities they want, like what are the major things they want to know about the ABM course or ABM syllabus exams, what they have to focus and all.
Rafi, before that, can you
Sir,
before that can you means differentiate ABA the for what is the ABM through our credential ICR process is how it will helpful compared to CAT.
see, sir, we have two basic differences with respect to CAT as well as JRF exam. So through CAT, we can go to the PGDMS, sir. Post graduation in diploma, postgraduate diplomas in agribusiness management. So where the packages as well as so the basic thing is here. If you go through ICR entrance exam, you will be having multiple opportunities. Like you will be placed in private companies. You can apply for a teaching field. You can go for research field. You can go for the higher education like PhDs, and you can be eligible for scientist cadre also. So what are so the opportunities that is similar with MSc, MSc economics or MSc agronomy or MSc horticulture or MSc pathology. It is similar to MBA agribusiness management also. If you go through this agribusiness like JRF, ICR JRF. So apart from that, if you go through CAT exam, so you will be having only one motto. That is nothing but earning motto, like profit motto, like commercialization of ourselves, sir. So in order to get best job, you have to incur more money. So you have to invest money. So through CAT, if you get a score of 6.5 or 7, 6.8 or up to 7, so 5.8 is also good score in CAT. So from 5.8 to 7.5, if you are having a score, so you'll be getting college like Bamnicom, Symbiosis, APM Bangalore. So these colleges you will be getting. So if you join these colleges through CAT, you are not eligible for a teaching field or you are not eligible for research field. So the only thing that you have to be focused is you have to go for the private job. That's it.
Yes,
And
thank you.
opportunities with respect.
Yes, Rafi, continue.
So if you do PGDMS, na, you will get only private jobs. So some of the jobs they are not even asking for the public side also. Now, when you go through this ICR JRF, you will be having more opportunities in teaching field, research field, in NSC, National Seed Corporation exams also you can go, FCI, FCI exams also you can write, and academics also you can move, sir. And best
As
thing
well
is you
as private
can go to the
too.
private field,
Yes,
private too, where you can go directly research and development, sir.
yes, yes. Okay, thank you, Rafi.
Packages is similar to, yes, sir.
Yes. Students, ABM have a dual advantage where the your means CAT through ABM is having a single advantage. Only the private sector is the main motto. Here, if you do the ABM MBA through our credential ICR sector, you will have dual advantage. You may go private or you may continue in this sector, same sector. In both the ways, teaching, research, or multiple aspects, even government also. Okay. Then, student, now is the time for this one. Your queries and doubts. And before that, I want to. What happened, Aditya?
Nothing, sir.
Yeah. Before that, I want to clear one thing to you that we are provide you that whatever the as per your ICR syllabus complete portion we will provide, including your arithmetic, reasoning, quant, and aptitude. And same time, we also provide the statistics, economics, and all the other components whatever we are having. We are having this different faculty for arithmetic and reasoning also. So this is a complete package for your ABM, and the fees also is very compared to other compared to other institutions, our fees is very less. And here those people are going to teach you, going to guide you, they are already selected, qualified. And same time, but among our different course fees, this is highest. Some of the this one means ABM or veterinary or some courses are highest among the our fees, because you may know that there is a actually we have to complete our entire the program, and there is a less students in ABM compared to other, compared to agronomy or plant science or like that. That's why it kept somewhat over higher side. And at the same time, we also here we also cover the your arithmetic, reasoning, English portion. Okay. Thank you, students. Now, any query, doubt from your side, please? Yes. Yes, Aditya, enter screen turned black.
What, sir?
Enter screen turned black.
I can't catch you. What are you saying?
Screen.
Screen?
Screen turned into black. Enter screen.
No, it is not my screen.
Okay, I think Rafi. Okay.
PPT.
Yeah.
Students, if you have any queries, you can ask.
I think no queries, no doubts. Okay, then I am first of all, I am thankful to Mr. Rafi to deliver this wonderful lecture, very explanative about how to enter into the ABM field, and what we have to do after entering the field. Both ways he was covered. Both ways he is covered. So I am thank you, Mr. Rafi, and same time I am also thankful to my team members, Mr. Aditya, Devdatta, and all the ACA team members. And I am also thankful to all the students, those are joined and those are watching through YouTube. And students, you can contact me anytime regarding any program related doubts. And at same time, I want to say my thanks to different our Insta collaborators like Krisi Kranti, then Agri Experts, Agri GK 2K19, Agri Study Officials, then Agri Expert, Agri Exams, Agri Competitive, Agri Logic, then Dr. Agri. Okay. Thank you, one and all. So
Sir,
please,
sir.
yes.
Sir, there is one student known as Tejasvi something.
Yes.
So they want to ask some question, it seems, sir. So they have unmuted themselves. So they
Yeah,
have
please
unmuted,
proceed.
sir. So they
Tejasvi.
So I think it's a manual, sir. Okay, thank you for giving me this opportunities for sharing this lecture, sir. So thanks for the ACA team for giving me this opportunity.
Okay, Rafi, thank you.
Hello, sir. I have a doubt.
Yeah. Yes,
Yes.
continue.
Can the non-accredited students also join through JRF?
Come again. Come again.
There are a few students from non-accredited colleges.
Yes. Yes.
Can they also join with JRF?
See, it's about now ICR made very clear and strict rules and regulations where the people who are not their basic degree is not ICR, they can't enter into through ICR entrance, so they are not eligible for entrance exam. So, but we have certain opportunities like some private college they are giving this like through their local entrances they are allowing. So apart from that JRF, through not only through this ICR JRF, like some college like Allahabad Shiats, TNAU and GKVK, so they are giving their local entrances. Through their local entrances, you can
BHU2,
participate
Rafi,
and
BHU2.
we can get seat. BHU2, sir. Banaras Hindu University also, sir. So where the syllabus pattern is same like ICR only. So there is no change. So rather they are focusing on arithmetic, they are focusing on reasoning, they are focusing on data interpretation, they are focusing on managerial economics, they are focusing on statistics. So basic theme is the same, but if you want to go through ICR JRF means you have to be you have to study JRF UG from the JRF institution like ICAR accredited college.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Okay. Aditya, please wind up the session.
Yes, thank you, students. Thank you for patience. I hope the session is useful to everyone. Thank you, one and all. It's time to wind up this session. Thank you.